Hello, I'm Pam Hoffman, Everyday Spacer.
I'm Jeff Miller, 2049 Outfitters.
At Everyday Spacer, we show regular folks how to personally and directly participate in space exploration, science, and astronomy. We're here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 12 midnight Eastern Time, and 6 a.m. on Saturday in Germany. We're broadcasting live from Thousand Oaks, California. Thank you so much for joining us.
Tonight's topic is GWitchHunters Part 2, and we'll be back in 6.8 seconds. Okay, last week on December 10th, we started describing GWitchHunters. You may recall that it's about basically improving their current gravitational wave detectors in the experimental study of the universe. And essentially it's looking for glitches and associating those trying to find what's causing the glitches so that they can get the glitches out of the system. So that's why we're looking for glitches. And so we're going to be looking into that more tonight.
Yeah, we'll look at more of that project. And we actually have a part 3. So this is part 2. And we'll have part 3 later. All right, ready?
Sure. I'm ready for you to show your screen and do it.
You got to hit the button too.
Do it. Oh, do I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, so you may recall that at Zooniverse, you start with this. And it's basically going to be the same for this segment too, because last time we delved into the general site, the general project, and also we really looked at this playground. What is a glitch? Tonight we're going to go with level 1, 2, and 3. And the next time, part 3, we'll look at the mobile challenges, lasso that glitch, and noise profilers. Hi, Cliff.
Hey, Cliff.
Lovely seeing you. Thanks for joining us. All right, so they have tutorial just like all the other ones. It does delve into, there's an added part of this. So you're going to identify the glitch again. You're just going to put a box around it. All right, so like they say, you notice that a new task has appeared in the menu. And again, this is the level 1. The playground was last time, and you had feedback every single time you chose. And this time they added a new task.
Yeah, because the level, the playground was just you running pictures that they've already identified. Now you're actually identifying pictures for people.
Yeah, and it was to get used to it and familiarize yourself with what the glitches look like. In this case, it is one of the glitches that they have added. They've actually added some new types to this particular level, and you see them in the field guide, but they weren't in the playground, but they are in level 1. And so you go ahead and identify the glitch, and then they've added helix, extremely loud, and tomte. In fact, this one is called tomte. Now, if I'm saying that wrong, I hope someone will help me out and correct me. Maybe it's tomte. I don't know. So I'm just going to say tomte.
I'm sure that someone will write into the chat what the correct pronunciation is, right?
We'll see.
By writing tomte?
Well, well, you can actually spell out a pronunciation in sort of phonetic terms.
Well,
all
if
right.
you want to be that way about it.
Yeah. All right. So you will still be paying attention to the differences, and you can refer to the field guide to learn more about it. In fact, I pulled all of that information out. You may, in fact, see multiple glitches. And I haven't really seen that yet. They are an option, though. All right. So here we go. You identified it, and then you get to this other screen, and there's a box, and it's also actually all set up to click, drag, and you basically add this greenish box around your glitch. All right. And if you don't see anything, they won't even give you the option to draw a rectangle. It'll just say done. All right. So again, place your mouse at one of the corners of this imagery and drag it across. If you do, oops, there is a pretty easy way delete it. So we'll go into that in a second. They do talk about you don't have to be super tight around this glitch or too loose. Just guess what part of the energy belongs to that glitch. It's not that hard. And then they will show in the field guide some other examples.
This is actually a very useful field guide. Some of the field guides haven't been so useful. This one is actually pretty darn useful.
Yeah, there are things that I wish they would have talked about, but all right. So if you oops, you get this stuff instead of the little koi fish that's kind of in the middle here, right inside this upper right corner, there is an X, and I've just put a big circle around it so you know where to look. And you click that up, and the box disappears.
And that is very similar to any of the other ones where you would draw a box.
Yeah.
So it's probably just part of the toolbox for Zooniverse, but just be aware that's there, especially if this is one of the first ones that you've done.
Likely, yes. I totally agree with that. It's very easy to work with all this stuff. I just wish they would identify some things a little bit better. Yeah, don't worry about being too precise. Click on the X. And you can move on. All right, so if you want to draw multiple rectangles, you can absolutely do that. All right, and I just kept moving through our little tutorial here, and they have their they have a survey at the end, just like all of these levels in this particular project. And then let's go, and it takes you to the tasks. All right, so this was the first one I got to see, and we do have that Tomty and Helix got added.
Extremely Loud got.
I think Extremely Loud was there before. I think it was
I don't remember it, but
so all right. So at least two, maybe three have been added, and when you click on it, like in this case, I figured it was scatter light. See this next button down here? You get to click on that next button, and you will get to the point where you can. In this case, I have drawn the rectangle around the scattered light in this case, and if it doesn't automatically work, which it did for me, you can click on this and click drag across the image, and then you have a chance to get some help, go back, be done, and actually talk about it, or just click on the done, which I did, and like here's a just blown up of it. And then you move on to your next task. And in some cases, these are a little bit more complex, I guess would be the term I would use. They're not quite as easy as some of the first ones in the playground. They kind of got into more of what they have for you to work with.
And just a reason, because this one looks fairly similar to the previous one, but the thing about scattered lights is that it generally has arcs in it. This one doesn't have any arcs.
This one actually may be scattered light. I was not sure. I actually wanted to also see how this worked. So I did. I clicked on the I do not see anything. It takes you right to the done, and you move on. All right, so let's see. Yeah, there's no option to draw the box if you do not see anything. All right, and then I get to this one, and I went into the field guide because I'm like, what in the heck is this? And so they basically tell you, and I believe this is actually part of the koi fish, but it doesn't look like the normal koi fish. The normal ones were kind of in the middle, and they were pretty distinct. They had the little eyes and fins and stuff, so they really look like kind of a fish. But this one, they're saying it's a koi fish too.
Well, I think the distinguishing of a koi fish versus a blip is that it has fins. The eyes are optional in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the fins that kind of distinguish it from a regular blip.
And this are goofy fins, but they're fins.
Yeah, this actually looks pretty complex to me. So yeah, when in doubt, check the field guide. There's lots and lots and lots of information in there. All right, so then I went into level 2, and they call it Find Them All. We've got kind of even more things to put boxes around. You see how it's very, very dim in this. The boxes actually look much brighter when you work with the tool, but they have a box around all kinds of these. So basically it starts out the same. You identify the glitch, and then you put the boxes around. All right. So very short. And in this case, they actually talk to you about even more types of glitches.
Mm-hmm.
And they happen to have, you know, the whole kind of array here. There's our koi fish. So they can be very diverse, and to accommodate most of them, they have introduced low frequency bursts, scratchy, violin mode, and whistle. So now we've got all kinds of them to choose from. And again, you've gotten some practice between playground, level 1, now you're in level 2, and you will in fact draw boxes around them again. All right, so I did try it out. I believe this one was scattered light. I chose the scattered light. I clicked, when I clicked on scattered light, the little next button came up, and then you draw boxes around it. I don't want to do too much of this. I don't want you to get bored, but it's basically the same for all of these projects. And so then we have level 3, watch out the sensors. And this is kind of cool because they have given you this, and they actually go into it, this Virgo, and I think that's spelled wrong there. The Virgo, is it straight? We'll see in a second, but they give you more of these auxiliary channels, and we'll see that in a minute. So there's like 3 different screens. There's one here.
Oh, I know why it's goofy up there, because I think they combined 2 images. Yeah, they've
combined this one. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's why it's the words are strange too. All right, so they're going to show you 3 different options for this particular glitch image. And what they're trying to do is to identify if, in fact, the detectors have been detected, like you know, noise from the machinery, the things that they're actually, you know, using to detect the glitches, and try to eliminate that noise.
Right. And their thought is that each glitch shape, which is why they're worried about the shapes, might be from a different cause of noise, or a different type of cause of noise. So they, you know, if they can figure out the shape and then start tracking down what caused that, what, you know, what happened, then they might be able to modify the detector so that they don't have that noise and they get better data.
You make a really good point. And again, it's just to try and eliminate anything that's a noise from the machinery that's not an actual gravity wave glitch. All right. And so this one has a bit more information to work with. We'll hit the continue. And they actually give you a nice diagram of their detector. I'm going to get more of it in here for you. And so you can see north end, west end, and these will become more important in a second. They talk about the different parts here. Like the noise could come from different places in this whole arrangement. All right, so I actually took all of the words from here, so I'm going to work with it here. So a little bit of background. We can get insight into the possible origin of a glitch by investigating the correlation of the gravity wave strain channel with various auxiliary channels. Whoops, sorry.
That's big.
Yeah, blown out. So yeah, they're gonna show you 3 different images, and you can absolutely go here and read all of this great training information. So they want to just get rid of anything that's terrestrial in origin. The gravity waves are what we're seeking.
Yeah, so if a glitch shows up in one channel but not the other,
yeah,
then you kind of know where it is. So that's
right. So I mean, this is actually real science. You eliminate anything that is not part of your data set. All right, so let's go and take a look at these. So here, oh, here it is, Virgo strain channel. So they'll talk about this strain. And here's your glitch. It's basically a blip looking one. And then, yeah, see here, we recognize a glitch in the Virgo strain channel. Then you, so you identify it, draw a rectangle around it, and then they're going to have you look at some other parts of it. And at the bottom of your images, you'll have like 3 little dots, and it takes you to image 2, image 3, and those are those auxiliary images. Yeah, the channels, right? So here you have your main Virgo strain channel glitch. And then they will show you, I'm just going to go ahead and the 4 places. So power in the IMC, differential arm length, power in the WA, BS accelerometer. And then that's number 2. Oops, my arrow changed. It was right here. Sorry about that. The third one here will give you like the contours of the original Virgo strain glitch. And oh, look at that. It's very, very similar to the differential arm length. So in fact, they want you to tell them that. So you go ahead and you look at your original one that's under the first dot here, and you choose it, and then you get to draw boxes, and then you're going to identify which of these, if any, are like the original glitch. And sometimes they will be, and sometimes they won't be. In this case, this one here does look very, very, very much like the original glitch. That's what the contours here tell you. Contours here doesn't look like this accelerometer.
Although the one right above it looks like it has some of that, so it might be a combination of those two.
Yeah, so you could be getting noise from a couple of places, but I would say this is the main one, and that's the one you would mark. So in this case, you are going to mark this as well. So now we have 3 things. We identify the glitch, we draw the box, and then we pick. And at this point, you have this circle. Oh, it looks like David joined us. Hi, David. Welcome.
Hi, David.
Welcome, and glad to see you.
Hey.
All right, what?
Oh, yeah, dealing with analytical theorems.
Well, once you're in it, though, it's much easier to do the tasks than it is to sit here and demonstrate them for you.
Right, because we're trying to explain why they want us to do the tasks, but really all it is having to do the tasks which are pattern matching, which our brains are really good at.
Right.
Much better than computers. So they're looking to just help us, they're crowdsourcing our brains.
Right, yeah. So it really is very simple. You pick from the first dot here, you'll see the glitch, and then you look at the second and the third to try and see if you have a match. And that's where the noise is coming from. They're just trying to eliminate the sources that are not gravity waves. And you do not have to go into this level either. You can work with the first level. You can play around the playground. Of course, when you play around the playground, you just get feedback every single time, which is fine. At some point, though, you kind of want to go and do some of the actual tasks.
Yeah, and level 1 is where you're actually helping them out. The playground, you're just looking at the stuff that they've already done and training yourself on it. But yeah, level 1 is where you're actually helping them out.
And this circle can, in fact, be deleted as well. There's an X in the upper right corner of that. So just like the boxes, you can remove the circle from the image.
And that's similar to the other Zooniverse stuff too.
Right. They're all very, very similar. And again, in this particular tutorial, I want you to fill out a little survey. All right, in part 3, we will delve into the final levels, and those have to do with your mobile device. So you could play.
Okay, I'm in my brain. The final levels.
Okay. Mobile challenge last so that glitch.
Actually knows what I'm referring to there. Your ears aren't beating enough.
And then noise profilers. Thanks, Jeff. We're actually going to delve into that early next year.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so we are going to move over to here. And Jeff is going to tell us about a little bonus demo.
Yeah,
this is nominate a student with perseverance. So it's actually a way to get young people involved by nominating them for a special project. You'll see. Jeff will talk about it.
And go ahead and share the link. This
is
Mars, NASA, NASA page for Mars, and it's nominating a student with perseverance. You can basically pick a student from let's see, where is it? Somewhere on here it gives the, who can enter. A student must be currently enrolled in grades 6th through 8th, which in the U.S. is essentially middle school. It's the last of elementary and then the first couple of years of middle school. So in the U.S., that's about where they would be. In other countries, just think 6th through 8th years of school. Student must be, never mind, must be a legal resident of the U.S. So sorry, Cliff and Dave, and Michael and people from other places, and everyone in Canada who watches this. But and nominator must be an educator, principal, school counselor, or community leader. So if you know anyone who fits that role in the U.S., you might want to let them know about this. But it's normally I'd put a little bit more time into this, but we just found this out, and the first nomination basically ends on December 31st. So I just figured we'd get this out there now so that people can see it. Then we'll probably revisit this because the second opportunity is in February, and the third is in March, April. Yeah, March, April, and then May, June. So those, so it's just a nice thing to basically get some kids interested into space and maybe get some teachers thinking about it too.
Yeah, I think things like this really inspire kids sometimes.
Yeah, and so it's just a special message from the NASA Perseverance rover on Mars. Don't know what that'll be, but hey, chat with the rover team members and award pack of printed materials. So basically probably like the stuff that we get from JPL when we used to be able to go visit. But so this will be cool stuff for a kid.
Yeah.
And my nephew is, I think, a little bit too old for that. Oh well. But that's all. And they've got other stuff on there, and that's all we really needed to show on that. That's did you show the link? I wasn't looking at your screen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I showed it and I shared it in the chat.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yep.
So.
Oh, and so some stellar events this week, December 17th through December 24th. Comet Leonard is still in the night sky.
Of course, it got really overcast and terrible rain when it moved into the evening here. Yeah. That was here.
Speaking of terrible rain, Cliff, I got a new car. Oh well. December 18th, full cold moon. Well, of course, it's December, so of course it'll be cold. December 22nd through 23rd, Ursa meteor shower peaks after midnight. It's from Ursa Minor north, as opposed to Ursa Minor south. I think they're fairly close together, so I don't know how you really make that distinction.
No, there's only one Ursa Minor. It happens to be in the north.
Well, then why did they say that?
That's what it has on my chart. Just adding it here for, go ahead, 5 to 10 per hour.
It's kind of like saying California West. There's only one.
Proceed.
Okay, back on topic, huh? This gonna have 5 to 10 per hour, and its source is 8P Tuttle.
Yeah, apparently that's one.
Yeah, 8P
one
Tuttle.
thing. I thought it was two different. Anyway.
Yeah.
I was corrected. That was cool.
Yeah,
Someone
Cliff.
knew and they told me.
Yeah, Cliff. Just got the new car today, so there you go. December 22nd, weekly space hangout with Pam. Now they aren't saying what it's about, so obviously the whole show is about featuring Pam.
No. They just didn't have a topic to share with you. Usually I find it like by sometime today for you, and we tell you about the topic.
So eventually they'll know what their topic is.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably by this 22nd, within a look. December 23rd, Venus and Pluto are in conjunction. Look early evening in the west because that's when you'll see Venus. Well, you'll see Venus. Pluto, not so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the right equipment.
Well, yeah, Mount Wilson, maybe. Hubble, yes. December 20, or wait about 20 years. Let's throw something at it and wait 20 years.
I'll take over. December 4th, we're back to Friday night.
24th?
And what we're going to do.
24th?
Yeah, the 24th, right there. 24th.
You said 4th.
Did I say 4th? Sorry, it's the 24th. You want to take over now? Go ahead.
Friday night show. I guess she's done with me being off topic. We'll hang out for a bit and bring you on the show if you choose to appear. Of course, it'll be Christmas Eve here. Cliff, David, your Christmas Day. So if you want to take the time, great. Otherwise,
it could be very short. We'll just say happy holidays and see you later.
Yeah.
Cliff has a comment.
Yeah.
What you got?
Like when info is printed on which hemisphere they're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in this case, yeah, that's very far north.
Yeah. So, so if you guys want to show up, otherwise, we're going to be here mostly to keep our weekly show a weekly show and not miss one. That's the main thing. Fridays at 9 p.m. Pacific time on Everyday Spacer Facebook page and the Everyday Spacer YouTube channel.
And we do have some ongoing events and activities on Unfold the Universe at #UnfoldTheUniverse. And they want you to imagine the web space, what the Webb Space Telescope might reveal. Hopefully we get to actually see some of those things too. The deadline for submissions is tomorrow, actually. So if you want to do that, make sure and get your picture into the...
Oh, well, thanks, Cliff.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. We'd love to bring you on and chit-chat. All right, so the other one is Design Moon Digging Robots. This is a Lunabotics Junior contest supported by NASA. NASA is seeking young engineers to help design a new robot concept for an excavation mission on the moon. The Lunabotics Junior contest is open to K-12 students in the United States. Public and private schools, as well as homeschoolers, are eligible. And you can enter art, or you can be a judge. I'm not sure if you have to be in the U.S. for the judge part. The winner from each category will be announced March 29th in 2022. All right, so we're down here.
Yeah. So if you or someone you know has done something interesting involving space exploration, science, or astronomy, we'd love to share our live. Join us again next Friday, December 24th. Happy holidays and sharing with the audience. December 31st, we'll reflect on 2021 space accomplishments.
It was a good year for Everyday Spacers.
Yep. And January 7th, GWitchHunters Part 3. Should be the final part unless they trot out more stuff on it.
They did, in fact, bring some more objects, I believe, because we saw them go up to 11%. It's back down to 8%. So I think they're adding more glitches to
data.
identify. Yeah. All right. So we're looking forward to future guests, and I think we may have some young people at some point too. I've talked to a couple of different people who either are the young people or have like a granddaughter, grandson, that kind of thing. So with any luck, we'll get some kids on too. We do have Josh Carlson scheduled on January 21st. He will come back with us to discuss the second space race that's currently ongoing between us and the China-Russia collaboration. All right, we have another comment from Cliff. Well, thank you very much. Yes. Don't get a speeding ticket.
Well,
that wasn't the problem.
Yeah, that wasn't the problem. It was just wet roads. But I used to say that I drive like a grandma, but then I saw my grandma drive. I don't drive like that. I actually look where I'm going, and I don't double the speed limit.
We do have some more people on the list of folks that we want to bring in. I started sending out a bunch of messages today because it's like, we only have one guest so far scheduled, so we are going to try to. Oh God, he wants to know, what did you get?
Well, you finish, then I'll tell.
Well, that's it. That's all I've got.
Okay. Subaru Outback.
The new car.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, 2022.
And so it's got more bells and whistles than I even care about, because I told him what I was looking for. 4 wheels and able to get a 6-foot-long tube in it. That's what I cared about.
To carry the telescope to
Yeah.
the star party, yeah.
Yeah, and that's Cliff. Yeah, that's
Can you
that
fit
was
a bigger
my
scope? Probably not.
yeah.
It has a roof rack still, though. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't want to put a scope on the roof rack.
No, but you can put other things on there.
Yeah, but so we've got our 10-inch Dob. That'll fit in there good.
It'll still fit.
It's actually only 5 foot long, but I figured I wanted room for the base in there too. So
yes, please.
So it fits the bill and it drives pretty nice. Keeps beeping at me for some reason, but
now, mind you, the last car we had was a 1996. It actually had a CD player in it. Imagine that.
well, no, that's only because they replaced the radio.
Oh, I see.
It used to have a tape player in it, but the previous owner had replaced the radio.
Got it. Sorry, it didn't have a CD player in it.
This one does not, but you can play stuff off your phone.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. All right, so if there's any other questions, hit us right now. We'll find you in the chat later if necessary. And have a great week. Enjoy your holidays if you're celebrating something. And we'll see you here next Friday.
Yep.
Short or long, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Take care.
See you all, folks.
Bye.
Bye.